This is my current favorite YouTube thumbnail. Now, anybody who's familiar with this bit, they know I don't just have the one favorite thumbnail. I always go, okay, it's this, or maybe it's this. This time, though, there's a few more.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Drop it.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Saladino.
Took a screenshot when I was at 666 subs. I don't know if that's 6,606 or 6,660, but when I was at 666 subs, I took a screenshot and I was going to do a community post, like a joking post about whatever. I don't know what I was going to say. So before I could figure out what I was going to say, what the joke was going to be, I was already up to 667, whatever that is, 6607, 6670, whatever. But from June, when I did my 5,000 subscriber special to now, I've jumped from 5,000 to 6,000 something, which is great. That's really cool. I've been doing YouTube for 4 years. September of this year makes it 4 years. My first video was on September 12th, 2020. Just like my brother said. Now, he didn't predict the date, but he told me way back in 2020, before The Last of Us Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, and I've told the story many times, but before The Last of Us Part 2 Electric Boogaloo came out, he read the leaks. He told me I was purposely avoiding it. I was excited about getting the game. And he goes, yeah, I read the leaks and they're bad. They're so bad that you're finally going to start the YouTube channel that I've been talking to him about it. I've talked to friends at work about it, that I was going to do a YouTube channel at some point. People were insisting you should do YouTube. But for me, when I thought about doing a YouTube channel, I thought it was going to be a video essayist. Somebody who did a deep dive in a film or a book or a game, something like that. But I'm just not, I have ADHD, I'm sure. And I have a problem with concentrating and sitting still for long periods of time. So it was one of those things where it's like, I can do it, but I need to take the time to study the film that I want to study and write out the script and that kind of thing. So I just never got around to it. Just too busy, too lazy, whatever. But he was right. I play this game, Last of Us Part 2. It's one of the worst experiences I've ever had playing games, engaging with art, especially since it's a sequel to one of my all-time favorite games. And he was right, though. So I go to him because he already has a company that's involved in sort of like editing and doing certain kind of multimedia stuff, right? And I say, hey, I'm going to do this, but I'm not set up to like speak. I don't have a script. I don't know what I want to say. I just had the idea of taking clips from Let's Players because that's what really pushed me to it. So I played it myself, hated the game. Go to YouTube, watch Let's Plays, go into the comments, fight with people about it, and realize the people I'm fighting with don't actually care about The Last of Us. They're just glad that people are mad about it, and they're there for their agenda. They're there because Abby is ugly and looks like a man, and they want to support stuff like that. They didn't care about the first game. They don't care about these characters. They're just attacking gamers who are like, this betrays us completely. This is not what we wanted in a sequel to The Last of Us. So I'm like, what's wrong with these people? So even the Let's Player, right? The YouTuber who's playing the game, if they complained about what they're doing, you had people in the comments attacking them, telling them that they were wrong to act like this and there was something wrong with them. So, and I'm like, all these women who are playing the game and upset and unhappy are being attacked for not liking the game. So I come to him, my brother, with this idea that, okay, I'm going to basically do like a clip thing, reaction clips with music. Send it to him, the clips, give them instructions, him and his team instructions of, okay, I want this scene for this music, whatever, right? They do a bang up job on this damn thing. The music matches much better than I even thought. And they did this thing because the clips lasted longer than the piece I chose, and they matched certain moments of the music with the actions of the Let's Play. It was just great. I loved it. Put it out. Wonderful stuff. And I'm so excited. I showed my friends and they're like, oh, this is really cool. And it was out the gate, did really well. But I called it the assassination of Joel Miller by the coward Neil Druckmann. And I've talked about this before too, recently too. Talked about this a bunch of times, how YouTube cut it off at the knees. And I think they did it because I called Neil Druckmann a coward in the title. And they used that as an excuse to basically said, this is harassment. This is targeted harassment. I know that was the whole thing that, Naughty Dog in particular, Druckmann seems to have friendships with people at different media outlets and whatnot. And they protect him like he's this damsel in distress, which is ironic since he got so much of his bullshit from Anita Sarkeesian, right? But they protect him like he's this weak woman where anybody criticizes the game, it's about him. It's about, oh, they're attacking me. They hate me and all this stuff. And people hate what he did and how he responded to criticism. So whatever. So anyway, so they cut it off at the knees and I'm still making videos and I'm bouncing around from different subjects because one of the reasons why I decided to finally do a YouTube is when I was SJW adjacent, right? A lot of my mutuals on Twitter or whatnot, they're all lefties and all this stuff. And SJWs. And even if I didn't agree with them all the time, I like these people and I was pretty much on that side, but not as hardcore. Never a feminist, never had a problem with sexualized women and stuff. Didn't like this thing where you couldn't say blind playthrough because somebody in real life, supposedly blind, would be upset if somebody said blind playthrough. So I always hated stuff like that. But I didn't think it was as bad as right-wingers or conservatives was saying about this, forced agendas. I didn't think it was that bad until I played The Last of Us 2 and it made sense. And then again, like I said, I go on YouTube, talk to my favorite Let's Players about this stuff, get attacked. Then I started getting pushed towards a lot of the channels that I really wasn't paying attention to. A lot of the fandom in this channel, stuff like that. Your boy Zach, I started YouTube started recommending these people. I'm listening to them talk about these things and comics and other, not just video games. And I'm like, oh, I see exactly what they're talking about. So this is why I decided, okay, I'm going to make videos about, some trans woman trying to trap a guy. Says, I'm going on a date and I'm going to tell him tonight that I'm trans. What's going to happen? And then, it's a TikTok video. And then the next thing you know, the trans woman is beat up because whatever, right? And it might even be real, but I was doing different videos like that. So channel's always up and down. I'm saying all that to say that basically, so I'm doing the YouTube stuff. I'm enjoying the videos or whatever. I'm enjoying making them. Now, my brother in the beginning, when I first started, it was music, video clips. And again, like I said, him and his team did great jobs with that. Finally, I decided, okay, I'm going to get a microphone. Actually, he got me the microphone. Got me a microphone and, get started recording and talking about this stuff. So I'm talking about video games. I'm talking about culture stuff, like I said, trans stuff. And then I'm talking about, I think, political stuff. I'm talking about different things, bouncing around. And so again, the channel is up and down because I'm trying to do news, culture, video games, whatever I find interesting. And the channel's not growing, but I'm having fun doing it. Biggest video I had was Fat Aloy at the time. And that was a big video and got a lot of engagement with it. But after that, the channel kind of went back to just whatever, the ho-hum views, literally 20, 30 views, less than that sometimes, based on whatever I was talking about. And at a certain point, I was telling my brother, I was saying, man, I don't know. Because he told me, well, the different stuff you talk about, you're one of these anti-woke people, basically. You're probably shadow banned at this point. So, for a while, you talk about a lot of different stuff. Obviously, we see it happens to other people getting shadow banned. You're probably shadow banned. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm shadow banned. So, but because the views are so low, even though I'm having fun doing it, I'm like, man, I hope he's the one who told me to do this. And in the beginning, he helped get the channel started and all this stuff. He's probably thinking, man, you screwed this up. And so I feel bad. So I'm telling him, hey, I'm not getting that many views. I probably won't be doing as much videos as I've been doing up to this point. Because I'm not getting a lot of views anyway. I'm probably shadow banned or whatever. And I really was not intending on stopping completely, but I was going to slow down. And I kind of just said that to him to see what he would say. Because, you know how it is. If you tell somebody, hey, I used to want to sing, but I don't seem to be getting a lot of success with it. You tell a friend or a relative or something like that. You're like, I'm not doing that well at it, maybe I should stop. And you wait to hear them say, well, you know what? Yeah, I think you gave it a good shot, but it is really tough out there. Maybe you should go back to school, something like that. I was saying that to see what he would say, right? And he goes, hey, look, I know you're not getting a lot of views right now. It is up and down. You probably are shadow banned, but one thing you need to look at is the engagement. I always check the comments that you get, and I'm looking at the way people talk to you, the way people engage with you, and they really like what you say, and they really take you seriously. And I think that's more important than anything. And I think if you just keep doing it, you're going to blow up. It's going to get bigger. Now, when he said blow up, I don't know what he's thinking. I'm not knowing if he's saying you're going to be PewDiePie. I'm just saying he's saying you're going to do much better than this. So don't give it up. Now, I was not, he thinks I was, but I wasn't intending on quitting. I was literally just saying, okay, I'm going to keep doing this, but don't expect much. Sorry. But when he told me keep going, I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm just keep going. And the real big blow up for me, I think, was when Horizon Forbidden West actually came out. So I did Fat Aloy when they did the preview of Horizon Forbidden West. When the game actually came out, I did a whole video on my impressions of the game. And that really, quote unquote, blew up for me. And it blew up kind of the way he's talking. So I got a lot of views. But what really got me excited was the people who came into the comments, who I was talking to and engaging with, and how, we're not Mensa or whatever, but a lot of smart, perceptive people who's like, yeah, I'm glad people are saying this. This is how I feel about this situation, blah, 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 right? And you get the snide, smug weirdos, but they're easy to ignore or to just fob off, whatever. And he was absolutely right. My brother, Jay, was absolutely right about this. So I kept going. And so from then, I think that big blow up, that Horizon Forbidden West video I'm talking about, was in like 2022. So yeah, so from 2022 to now, it's been growing, sometimes slow. And then these big moments of a lot of views for something, a lot of subscribers, and then back down again. And so I don't know. I just, in particular, I just wanted to say is, Thanksgiving, thank all the people who've come to the channel with smart comments, even the dumb people who come with dumb comments. At least they're providing engagement to the channel. The thumbs up and the thumbs down do work as an engagements to the channel. And it's good to see people engaging with this stuff. And I always talk about how I want to have good arguments. And I've noticed some of the things that I've said has been taken up by other YouTubers. And also with the way the success of the channel has been growing, a lot of it is due to me, like, listening to my brother Jay telling me things like, stick with it, focus more on the things that, like, in other words, don't bounce around between political stuff and gaming stuff. He was like, do a separate channel. If you want to do political stuff, do a separate channel. I actually created the separate channel, but I never went to it. I just stuck with the video games and the comic books and that kind of thing. But he was like, do that. Like a lot of different things. He has his own businesses. He has an umbrella business. I'm not going to get into his personal business or whatever, so to speak, but he's very successful, very smart, very focused. He's the younger brother, but he's the one who really helped guide me on this journey. So I just think now in particular, it seems to me like a very exciting time in the gaming space, despite the doubling and tripling down in games and comics. Poor comics. Comics are dead. I love comics. I absolutely adore comics. And I love comics more than video games. But there's really nothing to talk about when it comes to comics. It's terrible. I don't even watch Comic Book Zach anymore. Comics is just completely dead for me. It's just a shame. I just wanted to rant a little bit. It's Thanksgiving. I want to express more gratitude for all you lovely people out there who've engaged with the channel. And I don't feel crazy. I know I'm crazy, but I know I'm not that crazy. I know the stuff that I'm talking about. It makes sense. And what bothers me, though, is the smug weirdos who come into the comments and just dismiss what you're saying and pretend that what you're doing is harming society because you're saying, I want good art. I don't want some deliberately uglified female protagonist in a game because you have a problem with separating male from female, because you have a political agenda where you want to hurt straight white men and the things they like. I'm supposed to just go along with that for some insane reason. And if I say, no, this is wrong, this doesn't make any sense, I'm being called a grifter. And the weird thing about the whole grifter title is, okay, if I'm such a grifter, what makes the grift work? Is that a lot of people agree with it? How stupid is that? Like, so you're grifting because you know what you're saying is popular and it makes sense. So stupid. So again, I hope everybody enjoys the holiday. Anybody who's going to be celebrating Thanksgiving, I don't even know. Like it's something that people celebrate. Families get together to eat all the good stuff. So yeah, like the primary thing about my channel is just to get things off my chest. And I think lately, one of the reasons why I haven't been doing videos as much is that I've been trying to go to more like scripted stuff. And I've kind of lost the ability to just sort of rant and just talk. So I decided to do that now. I thought Thanksgiving would be a great time. Like I said, talk about family. My brother has been incredible and amazing in helping this channel. Starting it up, helping it grow, giving me all kinds of insight into it, boosting me to keep going and that kind of thing. And, there's just not enough words to say, as people would say, to express my gratitude about it. And to all you wonderful people out there. And again, to fellow channels who I don't even get to go into your videos as much to comment like I should, and I don't want to name names because I'll forget somebody. And I don't want to forget anybody. So I'm going to try to do a better job now in the next couple of days in particular, where I'm going to take a break again from posting a video, unless something really comes up that I really need to talk about. Sort of watch some more of my lovely people out there comment and boost and share and that kind of thing. So hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving for those of us who celebrate it, however that is. And take care.